Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Schade, Director of the Division of Agriculture, and happy holidays to everybody. Today, Amanda and I are going to talk about the 12 days of Alaska grown, and this was an idea that staff came up with. They put it all together, came back, and I thought they did a fantastic job. We've been putting that out. So today, we're going to start out, we're going to let Amanda run through the thought process and kind of how we come up with, how you guys came up with 12 days of Christmas. And so why don't you introduce what you did and how you came up with it, and we'll go through the slides and talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we came up with the idea, actually kind of got the idea from the state of Michigan, which did something similar. They did the 12 days of Michigan. We got it during one of our national marketing meetings where we kind of share our ideas with some of the other marketing staff in other states. We thought it'd be a really fun thing to do the 12 days of Alaska grown as a seasonal marketing campaign. And so me and the other marketing staff here, Glenda, John, Devin, Amy, and Sarah, all came up with each day's themes. And then Devin came up with some really super awesome graphics for us. So you've probably seen those on Alaska Grown. The campaign's coming to an end, but we just wanted to talk about it and yeah, share what each day's themes were.
Perfect. So we're going to run through this.
Day one was, our theme was cabbage, one giant cabbage grown in the midnight sun. Alaska is still the world record holder for having the heaviest green cabbage, which was Scott Robb of Palmer, and that was in 2012 at the Alaska State Fair. And it came in at a whopping 138.25 pounds. So we asked our Alaska Grown members to share photos of their cabbages that they grew over the summer. We know there's a lot of people out there that like to garden also at home, and Alaska is known for being able to grow these huge vegetables during the summer. And so if you have any pictures you would still like to share, please go to our Facebook page and share them on this post.
Right. This year was a little small at the fair. We went and judged that, and it was a little bit smaller. Next year, folks, time to try again.
Yep, it was a cool summer, so kind of slow on the growing. Day two was 2 pounds of carrots cooking. You can still get Alaska grown carrots in the store over winter. And due to our long summer days, Alaska grown carrots are known to be a lot sweeter than other carrots because the sugars have the long sunlight is turning more sugars. Sorry. And so we have a couple of gingerbread men here holding some carrots, and I thought that was pretty cute.
Yep, I bought a pack of Alaska grown carrots yesterday at the store, so they are out there.
3 kelp floating. So one of Alaska's growing industries is kelp. And so we featured that. We have a little kelp Christmas tree here that Devin put together, which I just love. Alaska is home to over 500 species of seaweed. There's 3 that we grow primarily that is commercially harvested, and that's bull, sugar, and ribbon kelp. And there's many uses that you can have for seaweed, and one that I actually didn't know about until we started looking into each day's themes was that you can use seaweed as a component in ice cream. So
I didn't know that one either.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. Yeah. And I've been out to some of the seaweed farms that we have, and definitely a growing industry. The folks down in Southeast that come out with some of their sauces and that's really good stuff. So yeah, try it out. It is amazing what the new products are being developed with kelp.
Right. There's kelp pickles, kelp salsa. So we had asked people to share, like if they're doing a little holiday spread, to include that on their spread this year and to give something new a try. So day 4 was 4 veggies fermenting. So we have a couple of pickles here and little snow globes with a little hat. So during fermentation, yeast and bacteria can break down veggies and turn them into other products. And this gives them their unique taste and aroma. And Alaska, in Alaska, we can and preserve and ferment a lot of our vegetables to be able to keep them over winter. And we have a lot of producers that have ferments available. And so give those a try too.
Yeah, and one of the things, Amanda, that I think that we have just started in on and we're going to start pushing is, Alaska grows year round. Mm-hmm. When we started the very, 10, 15 years ago, it was hard to find things in the middle of winter. Mm-hmm. But we have producers and we have stuff, especially your root crops available year round. And so, we keep saying, hey, keep looking for Alaska grown. You have the timeline, you can get a lot of the crops in the year, but it's expanding. And I want people to keep in mind that just because fall's over doesn't mean you can't find these products in the store. So we're encouraging people to keep an eye open.
Right. And our Farm Family of the Year, Kodiak Farms, has ferments still available that you can purchase from them also.
Excellent.
Yeah.
5 jars of honey. I love Alaska honey.
Yeah, so this was a fun one. I think everybody knows about how awesome our Alaska grown honey is. So we featured that as one of the days. And also congratulated Stubbs Beekeeping in Homer, Alaska, who made the New York Times 2021 holiday gift guide. So that was very exciting to have Alaska grown product featured nationally, especially in New York Times. So it's also a great idea to include in a holiday gift basket if you have any last minute gift baskets you're trying to throw together. Everybody loves to get Alaska grown honey, and especially if you want to send it to somebody out of state to give it a try too.
Yeah, and the beekeepers, when they come in and talk to us, I mean, you have, okay, we got fireweed honey, we have clover honey, there's a lot of different. So do you want a lighter honey? You want a darker honey? It's fun to try because there is some small differences. And sometimes, I'm kind of partial to the fireweed honey. I love fireweed honey. But yeah, there is excellent honey from all around the state. We have a lot of beekeeping industry. It's growing. And so we try to highlight that. They had a really nice hive at the state fair, so you could actually watch the bees. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. So day 6 oysters suspended. So Alaska's cold, clean waters, slow oyster maturation, producing high quality oysters year round. So that's another product that you could still get now. ICCs provide plankton for the oysters to feed on and reduce potential contamination. So there extends shelf life and better food safety. So that's another great idea for a holiday spread if you're having one, is to have a plate of oysters out. And so we were just asking our Alaska grown members, if you're going to a party and you want to bring something along, bring some Alaska grown oysters, and feel free to. We're also asking for ideas of what you like to pair with your oysters. So. You can email that to the dnr.alaskagrown@alaska.gov and have an opportunity to be featured on the Alaska Grown Facebook page. Right.
It was one of our secret ingredients at the fair on our Tundra Chef cook-off. So there were people who were like, wow, this is kind of cool. And the winners there, that was one of the things they did, was a really good job on their oysters. So pretty cool how this is becoming a broader and broader scope of things that you can get in Alaska.
Day 7 poinsettias closing. So Alaska Grown nurseries began growing poinsettias as a small root cuttings in July. Poinsettias need about 10 hours of light a day in a controlled temperature, so they achieve that vibrant color. Another thing that we wanted to share, just didn't quite have the space for in our graphic, was that the petals on the poinsettia aren't actually the petals. So they're kind of like the brightly covered leaves. I'm forgetting the exact term for it right now, of course, but we're just asking people to decorate for the holidays using their locally grown poinsettias. I've still seen quite a few in the store. So you can add those as last minute decorations around your home.
That was news to me. I knew that we had poinsettias around, but I didn't realize that we had our greenhouses growing them in Alaska. That's really cool when you see increasing industry. And we're growing things and shipping stuff out of state. And that's really cool to see how our entrepreneurs are growing and expanding their markets. So that was some of this was new to me. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Day 8 ounces of grains measuring. So Alaska's landscape supports the growth of a wide variety of grains. The main crops here that are grown are barley, oats, and wheat. According to the 2020 Alaska Agriculture Census, Alaska farmers harvested about 5,000 acres of Alaska grown barley, which valued about 1.1 million. You can find lots of different barley products in the stores. There's cream of barley, there's barley flour, pancakes, brownies, couscous, a variety of things that you could find in the store. And so we asked our Alaska Grown members to create a meal using Alaska Grown grain. And then you can send a recipe to us again at the dnr.alaskagrown@alaska.gov. For a chance to have your recipe tried during a Facebook Live. There's still time to share these. We're going to be featuring these in January. So get online and share your recipes with us.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And it's really good. I've tried a lot of the different products and I like them very much.
9 reindeer running. If you've been to the reindeer farm in Palmer, Alaska, you probably already know this fact, that all of Santa's reindeer are female because males lose their antlers after mating season, while females keep their antlers over the winter. Males also are left with only about 5% body fat after the mating season, while females retain about 50% of their body fat. So that keeps them nice and toasty warm as they're pulling Santa's sleigh around on Christmas Eve.
Drove by the farm out there just a little while ago and the reindeers were looking good.
Yep.
So I think they're ready for coming on a little trip real soon.
Yeah. Yep. And if you have family visiting the reindeer farm when they do their tours, that's also a great place to bring your family by.
Excellent. Yes, it is.
There's an honorable mention of the running reindeer operation up in Fairbanks as well, which also have reindeer and have a lot of Christmas activities.
Yep.
Excellent. Great ad.
Okay, day 10 potatoes mashing. Potatoes are a vital staple to feeding Alaska. Tubers tolerate a wide range of growing conditions and have a low rate of spoilage. They also are high nutrient and starch content. They're very vital to Alaska colonists and continue to contribute over 3 million per year to Alaska's economy. So when you're making your holiday meal prep, you're doing your mashed potatoes or your baked potatoes or however you like to eat your potatoes. That's a great addition to your holiday meal. And again, we're asking people to share a picture of your favorite dish and email that to us for a chance to be featured on our Facebook.
And a lot of people don't know it's also a cultural food from Southeast Alaska. And we've helped them clean up their tubers so they now can grow some of these cultural potatoes. And I think they kind of decided they came from Chile. So eons ago, they were when the ship-faring people went down to South America and came back into Southeast Alaska, they brought potatoes. And it's kind of cool. So that was a project that Christine had about 10 years ago. And they went and cleaned all the viruses out of these really old stocks. And so now they have the cultural potatoes from Southeast. And that's really cool that they have that as an opportunity. That's something that goes back many, many years. And so I was just amazed. It took like about 5 years to clean all the viruses out of them because, as you know, tubers collect viruses over time. And so they'd get 1 or 2 potatoes and now they grow fairly well. So it's kind of cool when you can do things to show and go back to the heritage of people that have been here a long time. So a lot of people don't know that we were able to do that with our seed potato program. And so, yeah, there's a lot of potato varieties that we hold over at the PMC as a seed bank. And so if you're a commercial producer and you want to try a different variety, give a call over to Christine at the PMC, and it's something that's an option. So we have our retail side, and we also have our side where we help support the farmers in that. So Alaska Grown, bottom line is we got to have more people growing it, so we have more to sell. And so it's a this is what it's all about. If it's part of the market, people will grow it. And so potatoes is one of those things that I'm really excited about because we can grow it year round. We can store it and have it in the stores year round. So it grows well. We've got chipping potatoes. We have baking potatoes. We have a lot of that. And so I was amazed at all the different varieties and how long they stay and what you have to do. But it is 3 million to the economy is a pretty significant amount of money. But we could quadruple that. So it's pretty exciting. We really would like to hear the different unique ways people use potatoes because people will come up with some ways. I mash them. I like that, or a baked potato, but they go in other dishes as well. So we'll see what people come up with.
Yeah. And I love the graphic on this one too that Devin did with the potatoes having a snowball fight. That was pretty fun. All right, day 11, 11 ingredients baking. So again, we want to remind our followers that if every household spent $5 a week on Alaska grown products for just 6 months out of the year, that would put 33 million into Alaska's economy. That would support farmers and retailers and improve our economy as well. You can create most of your Christmas Day meal or Christmas Eve meal with using Alaska grown products. So we are challenging our followers to do that and share their pictures and recipes with us online. You can get your herbs, you can get your Alaska grown meat, your chicken, turkey, beef, whatever you prefer to have your Christmas meal from. You have your vegetables, your mushrooms, and your grains. So there's plenty to create a full, very beautiful Christmas meal.
This is a latte, folks.
Yeah.
A latte. And it's food. And, we say 33 million for 6 months. Well, now that we have year-round products, that's 66 million. Now we've just doubled our market. And this is what you guys are trying to show people is like, it's available. If we sell out, people will grow more. And so we're trying to help the buyers and the sellers realize this is a growing market. It's good for the farmers. It's good for people because it's clean, healthy food. And so, we say fresher by far. That's one of our slogans, but it really is. We have clean soil, clean water, clean air. And so, we're pretty proud of our producers and what they've done. And the ingredients, like you said, the herbs. I mean, we now have people doing things that 10 years ago wasn't available. And so we're working, and I want everybody to know that Amanda and Devin and the rest of the team have done a great job of looking at what people need. And that's the other thing is if you think there's something we can grow up here and you don't find it, send an email to Amanda. We'll look at it and we'll see if somebody might be willing to grow it, because that production is the first part of Alaska grown so that people can have it. So I really thought this drives home the importance of supporting our local economy. And as you know, Governor Dunleavy has made a priority of food security, and the most secure is when we grow it ourselves. And so we've really been working to encourage that, and you guys have been doing a great job. So I'll let you go to the last day.
Yep. And just one more thing back to the Alaska, or the having a whole meal out of your Alaska grown, even your beverages that you pick. A lot of our local beverages use some Alaska grown products. So even like your beer and your wine and your spirits could contain Alaska grown.
Excellent. Good reminder.
Day 12, 12 egg scrambling. So eggshell color doesn't indicate nutritional value, but the yolk color does. So if you've ever cracked open Alaska grown egg compared to another egg, you can definitely tell the difference in the color of yolk. And that dark orange color that you see means that egg is just loaded with nutrients and antioxidants and omega-3. So that's a benefit to using local eggs. You can find those a lot from your local farmers and smaller retail stores. So we create your Christmas breakfast using Alaska grown eggs.
Yeah, and they are fresher. I mean, that is one of those things. Some of the eggs that you get from out of state, they've come a long way, and it's been a little long. And so I just love the eggs. And of course, I really like them when I get them off our farm. And I know they're a day old because we just went out and collected them. But they are available, as Amanda says, around in a lot of areas. And if you're looking, we can help make sure that you can find them from the co-op here. I know in town has them, and other folks. So that's great. Anything you want to add on the 12 days? Because you guys did a great job on this. This is excellent.
Yeah, not just chicken eggs either. There's also duck and goose and turkey eggs that you can find around too if you want to try something.
And I keep forgetting that because I'm really an egg from the chickens kind of guy.
Yeah. And quail eggs too are becoming pretty popular.
Oh, really? Okay. That's news to me.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you can get creative and try new things and add new flavors to your palate, and it all can be Alaska grown. So we had a lot of fun with this challenge, and we know everybody's really busy with the holidays, but we would love to see your pictures of your holiday meals. If you want to share that with us, you can email it to us. And some of the recipes that we receive, we're going to be trying them out in January and sharing that to our Facebook Live. And we expect that to be a lot of fun as well. So, and also if you want to share these 12 days to your own Facebook page, so, your other family and friends, and, especially out of state can see this as well. That would be that would be great.
Super. So we have an example to show you, and the folks down in Kodiak at the Baptist Mission are wonderful people. And we've been working with them. I've been working with them since I became the director. There were some issues. They were trying to get their grade A dairy set up, which they do. And they have some wonderful products down there. And they put together this really cool little video. And so we're going to finish off today by showing this video. And but before we do that, I really want to wish everybody happy holidays. Be safe and take care of yourself and your families out there. So let's roll this. Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.